I might have been slightly wrong about Jabari Panther, and hi everybody, hope you're doing well. You've probably picked up Jabari Panther early on this morning, or later on depending on your time zones. This video has been recorded on Monday, so it should be out on Tuesday as the first video, and yeah, it's an interesting one, because Jabari Panther, as I've been playing around with her a bit more, especially with my 7-star version, I actually quite like the champion, but that doesn't mean to say that it is the perfect champion. There are a lot of things I don't like about the champion, but what you can do is see some glimpses of good. It's kind of like there's this old saying when you kind of go, well, you've got really talented football players, soccer players to certain people, and you go, okay, well, that soccer player, football player is good, but they're not quite Messi. The same way that I'd say in this particular side of things, well, Jabari Panther's good, but she's not exactly Nick Fury, or Bullseye, or Kingpin, or Mole Man. And to further illustrate what I'm talking about is debuff shrugging versus damage output versus maybe sustainability and, say, countering and utility elements. And look, the champion does have it. She has this SP1 ensnare debuff, which is able to reduce down ability accuracy of and also kind of stop evading. Now, that's not exactly a super sustainable based of evade-based countering, as you can see with some of the footage I'm going to throw on screen right now. But it's something, isn't it? It's something for the champion. The same point could be with the easy access to cleanse, taking on champions like Void and champions that throw debuffs. She's able to at least shrug them off, which gives us some element of attack-orientated debuff shrugging with cleanse, and that's good. Those are two lovely bits of utility or functionality that you can take from content to content and at least have her there, and especially with synergies as well, she can be opened out to opportunities. But then again, I just found that I was only interested in trying to get the most out of her bleed, and I think that's where this champion goes into hunt, and there is a margin for error. If you get it wrong, you're not able to get a fury buff. So effectively getting to the hunt, or getting into the hunt, is the way to go with the champion. And trying to get a champion up to 200 signature, or at least to get that duration of that hunt increase with the signature ability, becomes, again, one of the more important things to do. And again, we're going to see that with the footage. I opted for pushing to the SP3, which is then allowing me to get into the hunt. The opponent is getting stunned. And because I'm going from the hunt straight into getting to the hunt and then throwing a special attack based on that particular medium, I'm getting access to the Fury buff, which you can see right there. And that is, I think it's actually there, as it could be up there. Anyway, you get into the hunt, you get a Fury buff, boom, you're able to do a lot more damage as a result. That's kind of like the main part of extending damage potential to then doing bleed debuffs, because the other thing about the champion is on critical hits. Inflicted bleed debuff, direct damage, so you want to be able to, getting a champion that is promoting more of a critical rating increase. This is why, from a 7-star perspective, it's whacking on that critical rating stat focus, and that is going to be so darn important to doing more damage, which we're going to see in a second. So here we go, some footage. This is first of all without a relic. I'll talk a little bit more about the with relic in a moment when we get to that footage. So again, play style. I'm first of all starting off with doing that ensnare debuff, and I'm kind of thinking like, well, is that kind of the play that I want to do? As I did say, one of the kind of like opting for this is more of like an SP3 push. Whether or not you want to go like SP2 close to when you're going to do or go into Huntress then throw it when it comes to the special attack, I find there's a risk. So I put on a synergy where if you intercept, you get a Huntress charge. And whether or not that's a good thing or a bad thing, I found that with the current AI, the state it is at the moment, and some input issues, it is not exactly ideal and fun. Either way, what you can see right there is I'm not putting it as much as like bleed debuffs as I should do or want to. This is when the relic comes in, so having that striker allows me to be continuously aggressive with my going into Huntress mode, or the hunt, sorry, going into the hunt mode and being able to increase my damage potential. We're going to see that in a minute. So the first thing I need to do is I need to ramp up close to an SP3 and then maybe do some intercepts in order to start building up that huntress, the hunt quicker. So the huntress charges are on 4, and again, I need to kind of like play better with kind of getting some intercepts in order to build them up, rather than relying on the kind of the normal method of build, which is like you can see now, like I've reached a kind of a stopping point with aggression, but I need to trust the AI, and I don't trust the quality of AI at the moment. So I'm doing this very slowly catchy monkey, which is a term used for kind of like, you know, just go slowly, go as your pace allows it to, not too ferocious. Build up to 7. I get 3 when it comes to doing the going into the SP3. I get 3 of the hunt. I've gone into the hunt right there, so I've got 3 of the charges. Then you can see the rotation, 5-hit combo, hit the striker off. We're still being aggressive. We're getting a 3-hit combo, a 5-hit combo again, and then we're back in again with the special attack. And that rotation was good. Okay, that was a good rotation. So yeah, I kind of eat my words on the extent of, and it's fair to say that I might be a bit wrong with any kind of thought about Jabari Panther being lower down the pecking order, because she's able to do plenty in the way of damage, and she is effective enough. But for me, there was just that added extra. There's that added extra things in different areas that I kind of go, right, if she had that, she would be a lot better. You know, isn't her cleanse better than Kingpin's and Moleman's? No. Is she still good and effective? Yes. Could she be slightly painful on defense? Well, slightly. And that's something I think some people may want to do in the future, but there are definitely ways to counter her, especially if you've got a prowess buffed mutant champion, then she can be suppressed quite easily and well. Anyway, what are your thoughts on Jabari Panther? Has she been something that's interested you? And as well, look, I can use her in some Karina's challenges, and that's something that's a positive as well. What does she feature in? I thought she featured in something specific, or maybe she was a prize to win. Either though, I know there's a Karina's challenge with her. I thought that she was under one of the other ones. But anyway, is what it is, was what it was. Good champion, probably better, and I should have ranked her up a bit higher, so that's on me. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.